I'm Mark McClain. I'm the NFL's best artist, and you're here with NFL Players Second Acts Podcast.
Thank you for tuning in to the NFL Players Second Acts Podcast. I'm Peanut Tillman, and this is my guy, Roman Ribeye Harper. I'm saying it again. That's your name, Ribeye. He can't even, keep laughing. Give me a tear. Give me a teardrop.
It will happen if I keep laughing. You already know that. And our guest doesn't know why you called me Rob, but we'll probably end up getting into that at some point. But thank you, Peanut. And I want to let everybody know where we're at today. This is a different studio right here in Atlanta, Georgia, at the Our Heart studio right here. And it's a great place right across from Topgolf at the Works. It's a really, really great building. And I want to thank them for allowing us to use their venue. And look at the background, bro.
It's dope. I like it.
Yeah.
It's our best setup so far.
No doubt. And well, I Heart New York, we didn't say that, but we can't wait. It's all good. Who's introduced our guest today, Peanut?
I like this guest.
I like him too. He was a teammate.
He was a great teammate. That his 2015 season was amazing.
It was.
And I'm pretty sure a lot of what we talk about will be geared toward that 2015 season. He's a 2010 draft pick out of UConn. Played in the league for 8 years. He was a part of that famous 2015 season. Played in Super Bowl 50. He is now an artiste. He's a painter.
Yeah.
My guy,
painter,
Robert McClain. Welcome to the pod, baby.
Appreciate y'all. Thank you. Thank you for inviting me, man. Thank you for inviting me. I appreciate y'all. I miss y'all.
First of all, Robert, you know how much we love you, dog. The first thing I noticed about you, outside of you wearing all white, is that
I know where the party at. That was like
usually I had paint on my clothes.
What's your boy name from Fanatics? I feel like you just came from one of his parties for like July.
Usually I had paint on my clothes. So I was in my closet making sure my girlfriend get on me about paint spots on everything, and I'll go anywhere with paint spots on my clothes. So I had to come professional today.
I mean, I appreciate that, dog. But that little speckle of gray, man, I'm starting to see it in you, dog.
Life kicking in.
I like that.
Life kicking in, man. Stress on these paintings. I got to finish up, man.
So I remember pretty vividly when you came into the room in 2015. You were a quiet guy. You kind of just wanted I think you kind of just wanted to figure out your place inside the room. Yeah. We had some veteran guys. We were a very successful team when you came in already. And
what week was that?
It was in December. I think it was first or second week of December.
Okay.
Yeah. I know it was later in the season.
Because Cortland signed first. Then I signed right after Cortland. Me and Cortland worked out the same workout too.
Yeah. That was my first impression. Like, this dude's quiet. He can run. And dude just seems like, I don't know. We got to figure it out and fill it out at first.
Yeah. It was an adjusting period of mine. You know, I was going off multiple teams, been in multiple teams already.
And you'd already been with Carolina.
Yeah, I've been with Carolina before. That was my first team I got drafted to. Came from the Falcons. I made NFC South my entire career. So it was a difficult season because, you know, you have to work out for different teams.
Yeah.
You're trying to get onto a team, got to adjust to the playbook. So me, always been naturally quiet my entire life. But I like to learn. You know, I know we had a good locker room, know we had a good coach. I did miss the Carolina locker room from my rookie year.
What was the difference between your rookie year Carolina team and probably what you walked into in 2015?
I think the camaraderie. When I think about the camaraderie of the team, like, that's what allows teams to win. Because if you're not together, if not all 11 players playing for each other, you're not going to win games.
Say that again. Look into the camera. Say that again.
All 11 players have to be willing to do their job for the person next to them. So, like in 2012, when I was with the Falcons, made it to the NFC Championship against the 49ers. And again, I think about that team and what made it successful. It was the camaraderie of our team, the togetherness, how we worked hard together, how we worked in the weight room, off the field stuff, going to watch basketball games together, just like small stuff like that. You know, fellowship. Fellowship was a big thing in Carolina when I got there with you guys. You know, hearing you speak to the players and the DBs, Coach Wilkes, all of you guys, man, you could tell that the group was like connected, you know. That was important for me.
And you know, I wasn't the oldest person in the room, but I clearly was the mature one because Peanut.
You looked the oldest.
Just could not control himself.
You looked at the oldest.
Help himself.
You looked at the oldest.
What he was doing and saying.
I just hate that y'all was always so serious all the time. Like, I just wanted to give me a laugh. Give me a joke.
We were locked in.
We were so locked in, but give me a laugh here and there, man. Like, I just remember, I probably think one of the best things about that season was the night before a game, Wilkes would always give like some dope ass speech.
Denzel-ish.
Denzel-ish.
Yeah,
Like, he was real serious training day, dialed all the way in.
Yeah.
And we're talking about Steve Wilkes. He was our DB coach that year. And he would go on and give this great speech. And then at the end of it, it was just the DBs. It was just us in a little room, in a DB room at the hotel. And then I would always find that one weird thing to say
when it's real quiet,
super quiet. And then I would say it, and then I think the first time I caught everybody off guard, and they were like, "Wait, what? What? Only you would say that?"
Yeah.
Then each week,
Peanut break the ice.
It would kind of just be a thing, and then it just turned into like, "All right, what you got, Peanut?" I was like, "Well, this is what I was thinking," because my mind would go elsewhere. My ADHD would kick in, and I would just say something off the wall, and then it would bring everybody back down to like, "Oh yeah, we cool, we still got
back to a calm funness."
Yeah, that was the best.
So, Robert, what was your first welcome to the NFL moment?
Man, my rookie year, we won 2 games my rookie year. So that was a big welcome into the league. Just seeing how the business is ran, how the teams have to adjust during the season.
Yeah.
NFC South is just a tough division. You know, I feel like my welcome to the league moment was probably when I first started getting a lot of snaps on defense. You know, we had some injuries. I think Richard Marshall got hurt, Captain got hurt, and I had to play a little more role on defense besides special teams. And I had some decent games in there as a dime, maybe a couple plays at nickel. And I remember like it was yesterday, we were playing in Pittsburgh, and Ben Roethlisberger was just at me, man. I'm talking about Mike Wallace. I felt like Mike Wallace was the fastest human being on earth, man.
Hey, on tape, he looked like
it. And the balls, Ben Roethlisberger, he's throwing raindrops, man. He's throwing the ball so high up. And Mike Wallace is the ball's damn near black like it is in New Orleans. You barely can see it in the night, you know. So that was a tough game for me, man. It was, Chuck got on me that game, but it was like a real moment of myself saying, all right, I got to keep improving. You know, even though I do work hard, I work hard in the off season. I'm never taking days off to tell myself I need to. I'm content. I'm never content really. So it was that moment kind of with the season we had. The adjustment of roster. We had a whole new coach next year with Coach Rivera. So it was that moment kind of made me kick another gear up, to kind of push my career where I wanted to go.
Yeah. So all the teams that you played for, can you rattle them off in order?
Yeah. Carolina, my rookie year. Then we had the lockout year in 2011. Mm-hmm. And then I was with
dreaded lockout.
Yeah, dreaded lockout, which we kind of all knew they were going to uplift the lockout during training camp. It was like a week before training camp started. They uplifted a lockout. Got released that season, picked up by Jacksonville. When that season ended, Atlanta signed me in 2012, stuck with them from 12 to 15, signed with the Patriots in the off season, got released by them, signed back with Carolina, 15 season, got released by Carolina in 16 during the season, up and down year in 16 for the Panthers, but got released by them and then signed back to Tampa that next season. So NFC South always wanted me, man.
Yeah. So what is that mentally? What does that do for you? Like, you're a good player, right? Mm-hmm. You got drafted. You know how hard you work. You know your value. You know your worth. What does that mentally? What does that do for you?
It confuses you a little bit. We've all played football for a long time. We've all been, for the most part, the best players on our team, top 5 at least. So I've been playing football since 3rd grade all the way up until now, this moment of being cut, of being told I'm not good enough. Exactly, So it was I grew up in a military family, so failures are like positives for me, or people telling me I'm not able to do it or not good enough is a positive thing to me because I self-reflect a lot. Like even with my art, I'm a harder critic on my art than other people are on my artwork, So I just self-critiqued myself. It confused me a lot because this is the first time somebody told me I'm not good enough. But I'm not one to shy off from work. I'm not one to shy off from adversity and different things that are going to change my path from the path that I thought it was going to go this direction, So, but it worked out, man. It's there's ups and downs, more downs than ups. But as long as you appreciate those downs, ups are going to come,
Yeah. So where were you at during that 2011 season? since you weren't on an active roster?
I was I think I had my lease for my apartment in Ballantyne up until November.
For those that don't know, that's in the suburbs of Charlotte.
Yeah, the little outskirts suburbs of Charlotte, Ballantyne. And I kind of wanted to stay away from the city. Yeah. Just because I, like you guys know, I'm quiet. I'm to myself a lot. I didn't mind that little 25, 30-minute drive home. You know, it was, 2011 was tough. I worked out for about 13 teams.
Damn.
13 teams. I'm talking about I was in peak shape.
In one season?
In one season.
Damn.
So you getting calls like every week?
Every
You're
week.
Flying out.
I'm flying out. I'm running 40s, and I'm talking. I'm in peak shape, man. It's
That's crazy.
I'm in peak shape. I'm running 4.38s, 4.41s in my 40s. I'm still running 40. I'm like, man, they got my stuff like a year and a half ago.
I thought I was done after the combine. I was like, I ain't never got to run the 40 again. It's like passing a bar.
I put myself in like a hole almost when I was in that 2011 season because they're like, let's bring you in, work you out, which I didn't know they worked you out earlier in the season. They just want to see if you're going to be available later on and healthy enough. And it sucked, man, because I was working out. I didn't want to be seen during the day. You know, everything was new to me. This first year I'm not playing football.
Yeah.
So you were kind of like, I don't want anybody to see me. I'm a little
isolated.
embarrassed.
Yeah, I was very isolated in that 2011 season. That's when I first got my dog Mello. I needed something around me.
Yeah.
So I was training around midnight. I'll train awkward hours so I could sleep during the day and just train 2-a-days at night. So I would train at like 9 p.m., eat a little bit, training back at like 5 a.m., sleep during the day, just because I really didn't want to be seen. And if I had a workout, I would switch my schedule around so I could be more active during the day to get the workout and be productive. But I put myself in like a military Afghanistan little hole almost to kind of tell myself, all right, this is what I need to do to get back on the team. And I knew it was going to come. I knew my opportunity was going to come to get picked up on a team. Got picked up by Jacksonville, but that didn't work out long, which was okay. But Falcons changed my whole career around, being around those vets.
Yeah. What vets in particular?
Brent Grimes, Thomas Decoud, William Moore, Dante Robinson. We had Santi Samuel signed there in 2012.
All he does is intercept the out route.
That's it, man. But the thing is, I learned so much stuff from those guys, man. And what changed my career around was how they approached the game. Very similar to how Peanut did when it came to having fun. Like when I got to Carolina, I was reminded, have fun. 2012, we had fun. We had our whole team together. They broke it apart in 2013 a little bit, as teams do with winning seasons. And I lost the fun. Got back to Carolina, I was reminded again how fun football was, you know? So like that sparked my confidence, man.
Isn't that crazy though? Like you forget how to have fun. Cause I've been in Chicago.
You just grinded
my entire career. And when Lovie Smith was there, nothing but fun. Like we had fun. The defense, we had fun the majority of the time because we were always making plays. 2013 and 14, football was not fun. I hated football. It just I didn't want to be a part of the team, but I was a part of the team.
Yep.
So when Thomas Davis, TD, excuse me, he used to always try to get me to come to Carolina because we did the Man of the Year stuff. And then I finally get there and I was scared because it was the first time I was on a new team. So I was like, all right.
And what those that don't know, when you're the new person on the team, you have to go get to know them guys.
Yeah.
It's not like somebody's new coming into your locker room, so they got to kind of, the workaround is different. It's different adjustment.
And I was a vet though too, so that's what made it weird. It's like
super vet.
I'm
like 12
I'm 13 years in. It's my 13th season. I'm the new guy. I kind of feel like a rookie, but I'm not a rookie. But I kind of have to take the rookie approach because this is their locker room. I'm not the guy. It's Rome. It's TD. It's Luke. This is a team. It's Greg. Like so, and then obviously Rome, Jano, you, us. Like we had our own thing, and I was like, yo. This is what it's like. This is what it's about.
Yep, this is what ball's about.
Yep. This is that team spirit. This is that team camaraderie.
Exactly.
I loved everything about it.
I want to know this. So that 2011 year, you're out of football. At this point, is this when you started drawing or getting into the art side when you were trying to stay in the dark or out of public?
That year, I'm mainly focused on football.
Okay.
I'll doodle here and there. But that entire football season was all football,
just ball,
all training.
So you weren't thinking about the next career at this point.
No.
You're just ball at this point.
Yeah, in my head, I'm like, I'm not done. I've already had dreams and positive thoughts and my intuitions that I was going to have a successful, long career that I wanted to have, you know, even though I didn't play the amount of years I wanted to play, and as pretty sure a lot of us have, it was, I knew I wasn't done, and I wasn't going to let somebody else tell me I'm done playing football.
Yeah, well, you're talking about that. Well, how gratifying was it to be a starter in Super Bowl 50? We're the Carolina team that you came in late to.
Yeah.
That you had been here once before, had 2 wins.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden now you come back on the other end of it. You're like, man, well, I'm on a legit team, and we go to the Super Bowl.
I know,
and
man.
you're a starter.
And had all those
I
tryouts.
just got goosebumps thinking about that, man, because it's like a full circle almost, you know. I think back to the NFC Championship in 2012. It's like, it's hard getting to that game. It's hard getting to just the NFC Championship. It's hard just getting to the Super Bowl every year. Like, it was like blessing. It was like I knew that my faith in God, my prayers were being answered. I just had to stick to the course. Yeah. You know, it was, like I said, it was a full circle, man. It just felt amazing. I still remember a couple plays that happened in the Super Bowl, and Rome coming over to me, talking to me, tapping my helmet. There was so many things that happened during that season, man, that I'm like, I'm blessed and thankful for, because if I didn't have certain vets in my career probably wouldn't have steered the way it went. I had a lot of guys that I was able to listen to, able to guide me, able to teach me certain things about the game. Yeah. When I fell, another guy lifted me up, another vet lifted me up, or another person said something to help me push on to the next step. So
I'm envious of both of y'all, because y'all got to play in the game. I didn't. I'm jealous.
I know Pino was hurting, man. I was like, man,
I'm jealous y'all got to play.
I know, man. I can't imagine, man, because I was like, I was thinking about that too, because that was you're the reason why I had more opportunity to play on defense, you know, when you tore your ACL. And I remember how you took the injury. You know, you were very calm about it. You never were high or low about certain things. You know what I'm saying? You were very even keeled, Peanut. And just even how you approached your injury gave me confidence to go in there and doing my job right. Because you gave me confidence telling me certain things that, oh, you know your job, go out there and make your plays. Rome, all you guys gave me 100% confidence knowing that this new guy's going to go in there and do his job correctly and play for us. So y'all, I mean, I thank y'all, man, all the time. I tell my friends all the time, people that play soccer with, you know, I'm like, the vets I'm around, like that type of leadership will help me for the rest of my life and my kids, you know, so.
No, I was appreciative of you because you came in, you never made it about you. You were so much more concerned with about how everybody else viewed you in that room, because at the end of the day, you just didn't want to let us down.
Yeah, I didn't.
That was the one thing you just said. You just like,
put the team first.
And Wilkes used to tease me. Remember, Wilkes used to be like, man, you going to go out there and tackle or something? I was like, man, coach, don't come at me like that, man. I'm going to go out there and do my job for this team now. I'm not going to go, you know, Wilkes used to tease us here and there.
Yeah.
Especially when I was new. He's like, all right, you going to, McClain, you going to be able to, like, Rob, you going to be able to make this or this and that? I was like, coach, trust me, when I get out there on that field, I'm going to do my job, man.
All right, shout out to, we got to give our research and producer Thomas a little credit. So let me just read out some stats and you tell me, okay? Super Bowl 50. Robert played in 58 of the 60 defensive snaps in that game. Only Luke Kuechly and Thomas Davis played more snaps than you, including more than me, which is a whole other deal. But shout out to Thomas and his research.
I didn't know that.
Don't even get Rome started on the game.
I did not play.
We had many late night talks about Super Bowl 50, and
man.
we'll save that for.
How do you respond to that? Thomas would love to know.
You probably play better than him too.
I dropped that pick early in the game. That's all I think about.
We're gonna bring that up.
That's all I think about. That's all I think about, because we were down by 6. We were down by 6 for so long, and I'm like, I kept refreshing my mind. I'm like, I should have put 2 hands out there. I would have took it back 90 yards. That changed the game.
What people do not understand is when you're defensive back and you go with this hand or the long arm, it's a different mindset, and it's just a confidence thing to just bring the other one with you.
Exactly.
But it's kind of what you're taught, though. It's kind of what you're taught, though, is to put that one arm out and like that.
Secure the tackle.
And secure the tackle. Yeah.
That's what they always teach. How to secure.
It's kind of what you're taught. That's your safety net.
It's a safety net.
Yeah, for
sure. And it's just a confidence thing to just go there. And that's all it was.
And I was there so early.
You were there.
I was there so early, too.
So early.
I read the 3-step, and I was amazing at reading 3 steps through my entire football career, man. I was just good at tuning in on the quarterback, reading those mechanisms that they had for running 3-step, whether it was shotgun, under the center, I just knew how to read 3-step. You know, Peyton wasn't throwing the ball.
And his arm was trash.
Yeah.
He wasn't really throwing deep ball. He was all short game.
He couldn't throw it.
His longest throw was like 38 yards.
Short game. That was it.
Yeah.
We still lost that. Oh my God.
I know. Worst Super Bowl performance and offensively and God knows how long, you know. So it was tough, man. I thought back to that one play the entire game.
Yeah.
In a curl route that Emmanuel Sanders caught on me that he got a first down on. There's a lot of little plays that I'm like, you know how we analyze the film. There's plays that we know we could have made defensively and offensively that we could have won the game. 1 or 2 plays, you know. So,
all right, man. Let's get off the Super Bowl because I'm getting mad. I'm kind of mad at Thomas right now because he put the damn Super Bowl 50 questions in there. Every time we do this show at Super Bowl, I get reminded by this dummy over here that I don't have a ring.
I thought it.
But he reminds me all. Oh my God.
Going New Orleans.
He reminds me all. I got my ring.
I thought it.
Peanut, how many rings you got?
0.
I was like, all right, I can't say nothing. You right. The gray-haired bandit.
Just go ahead and talk about your peanut punch stuff. Go ahead.
I'm not even talking about that.
Class.
It is class. Thanks, sir. I appreciate you.
That John stamped in the books. History right there. That peanut punch. That John stamped in the books forever, man. That John is real skill, Peanut. Like there's nobody defensively, I feel like, that stripped the ball as pure as you did.
I appreciate that.
And
effectively, every single like every game you were attacking the ball in a way that you could affect, like runners, receivers, running backs. They knew they coming in.
Right.
You come in your side, like secure the ball.
And it's infectious. I would give Peanut that much credit because Steve Wilkes would tell us, like, hey, dude, you got to run through the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Just know Peanut somehow knows he's going to get a ball.
Yep.
And he's like, and it spreads. Like, next thing you know, everybody starts doing it. Just because we watch you do it. So he's not wrong about that.
So I know you're an artist. How long have you been painting, drawing, sketching, doodling?
I've been drawing, sketching, doing all things artistically since, I think, 3rd grade or 4th grade summer. That's when I realized I was naturally skilled in drawing.
Yeah.
It was a summer that, you know, everybody was big into anime in some way or form.
What was your first anime drawing?
Dragon Ball Z. I still have all my my original Dragon Ball Z drawings from when I was in elementary school.
Who's your favorite Dragon Ball Z character?
Goku. I like Goku.
Okay.
I mean, everybody likes Goku, but I kind of like the villains a lot.
I was going to say, do you like Vegeta?
I'm a Vegeta guy.
Vegeta cool me, but I always just like villains. I like the guys that are like.
Was Piccolo a villain?
No.
And he was early. He was early. Then he ended up coming with the good team.
Oh, you like a Frieza villain guy?
I like the Goku Black. I don't know if you know Goku Black.
I do know Goku Black, yeah.
Yeah, so Goku Black, I like him. Just because I like the adversity they bring and the change they have to bring into the anime to change the story. You know, it's written well. A lot of animes are written really well, man.
And one guy did all that. That's the crazy thing.
He just passed, right?
He passed last year.
This year. I thought he just passed.
Yeah, he did.
I want to. Can I commission you to draw a peanut punch?
Man,
like you come up with whatever I want the artiste to be an artiste.
I can come up with something.
And I will pay. I won't. Yeah, and I will bring this on the show.
I can come up with something.
Because you brought some art today, right?
Yeah, I brought some art. I brought a very inspiring piece of mine. I like to paint like inspiring people that have inspired not just one person, but just multiple people in different ways. Whether it's music, whether it's sports, whether it's how they speak to people in communities and whatnot, politics. You know, I like to inspire people. You know, I like to be able to touch people in ways that you don't have to use words all the time.
Now, this is a drawing artist. I mean, a painting of Nip.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Nipsey Hussle. And so he's passed away now, but a great artist when he was alive, a businessman, really was doing a lot of different things out there in LA. So maybe talked about what inspired you to do him. Specifically,
just how he was in his community. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has their own backgrounds, own troubling backgrounds. Right. You know what I'm saying? So what you've done in the past doesn't shape who you are now. You know what I'm saying? God has given us the ability to be able to change and do things in a positive way in life. And I felt like what he's done for a lot of people, inspiring wise, like if you listen to a lot of his words in his music, talks about a lot of pain. Talks about a lot of times he could have given up. Talks about a lot of times he could have steered in different directions, but how he stayed to his course. You know, painting things like that just gives me, when I look at my paintings of certain people like that, it just brings back a hunger in myself to keep going, you know?
Talk about the colors though. I want to ask you, like, why the red, I can't see all the colors right now because I'm facing the back of it, but why the red in the background? Like, how do you, because obviously it's a picture that you took from.
Yeah.
Why those specific colors? Like,
I wanted something different. I wanted to show, like when you look at the infrared heat, like of a human, you know, you see they could be sad and their body could be slightly cooler, or they could be happy and their body could be showing their warmness. So I kind of wanted to show the different temperatures on his skin, the different temperatures of his body, being the blue, the red. I wanted the picture to be very dynamic. You know, it's a photo that many artists have painted.
Right.
Yeah.
And tons of artists have painted, especially when he passed. You know, I'm not one to paint a lot of people when they passed right away. I feel like it's like a respect thing. I don't like to monetize by something trending. So when I painted it, I wanted it to be a dynamic piece. I wanted the piece to make you look at it longer than just being like, wait, this is the original photo from this picture, but he's bringing in so many colors and different features to still bring form and tones and coolness or hotnesses to the piece. So I wanted to show the different ranges that Nipsey has towards like people. You know, he could be cool with this person. There could be a little hotter with this person. You know, I'm not saying hotter or cooler is bad or good, but just his personality towards different people, businesses, music.
Well, Robert, you sound like a real true artist. You're talking about infrared, the hotness of this, and like just really deep. This is what artists.
Yeah, I studied a lot.
My wife is in art, and
Yeah.
so I've been to a lot of these art galleries things, and you're talking just like them.
Yeah, it's like a whole new language.
It's a whole new language, right?
Yeah.
It's just completely different.
Yeah.
All right, what I want to know is, what is your favorite form of art to do?
I first started as a sketch artist, which actually helped me in my process of painting. If you can't draw something and make it look somewhat like what you're drawing, then when you start adding color and layers and contrast and shadows, it's not going to look like the picture. You know, it's not going to look like you want it to look. So me having that strong background of drawing and sketching was that I was able to easily transition right over to color, which I didn't know.
And can we just talk about this? Because he was in the locker room with us and he didn't talk about this.
No, he did not.
We found this out.
Yeah, Cam bought a painting from me when I bought. The team interviewed me randomly, and they told me to bring some paintings, and I did it in my house, like in my little kitchen or something, or my apartment. I mean, and I remember bringing them in for the interview. It was like after practice, so I'm in there late, and then Cam walks by. I was like, "Man, you paint?"
Yeah.
He bought one for like $100, $200, like an old painting of mine, but it was like he bought it for like $100, $200, man. I was like, I'm like, cool. They like, oh, you sold painting like right during the interview. I'm like, I'm cool with that. But yeah, but none of you guys knew.
Nobody knew. And then all of a sudden we like, hold on, you draw?
Yeah,
And he nice with it. He nice with it. He real nice with it. Yeah.
I saw on Instagram too. You had a great picture of Benet on there as well. He jumping up, making a play on the ball.
Yeah, that Denver game.
Really
that following year, we played Denver that first game of the season, and I told a lot of the DBs that were a part of my life through my defensive career, I'm gonna do a piece for everybody. Like, everybody's getting a piece. The entire Thieves ass getting a piece. So it's coming soon. It's gonna take me a while. I still have to paint. Yeah. So I have Benet. I have my friend Tyvon Branch. I have to do. I did my homie Darius Butler.
Yeah.
You know. So I'm just trying to pay my respect towards the guys that I looked up to. You know what I'm saying?
I bought some Christmas ornaments. I went on the website. I got the Harley Quinn joint.
Yeah.
I bought that one. I think I got the Tony Montana.
Peanut's the best. He always supports.
Yeah,
I got that. I forget the third one I bought though. But yeah, I didn't know they came because Christmas around the corner.
Yeah,
so I'm trying to
Well, ask him. Well, tell later all the listeners know where they can find.
Yeah, where can they buy your art?
Yeah,
my art right now. I'm using the NFL right now with I think they have this thing called Manpower. So I'm using that right now to monetize my business properly and figure out how to become an entrepreneur in a way. You know, being an artist and being a creator, it's hard for me to do the creative and then do the business.
Yeah.
You know, it kind of messes me up because I'm like, I'm doing it because I love it. And I also know I need to make some money from it, but I also just want my pieces to be in homes. I want people that appreciate it just to have it. Whether somebody buys it for $1 or $2,000, you know, I'm like, I just want it to be away from me. You know, I don't want to stare at my own paintings. I want people to have pieces of my art that I see that I love, you know. It's just tough, man. It's just tough, man. Just kind of balancing it.
Yeah.
You know, so right now I primarily use social media, use my Instagram. I'm in the process of developing a website. For the most part, the McClain's art domain I'll have it. I did have a website in the past, but right now my McClain's art for my Instagram is just my primary source of communicating with people, getting my artwork out there. You know, I'm submitting stuff to more galleries at McClain's art, MCCLAINS art, and then I'm submitting pieces to more galleries now. I just started doing that more this year.
Nice.
So it took me 5 years to develop my skill to painting to where I felt comfortable enough to be like, all right, it's good enough. Even though I knew it was good enough when I first started, I'm like, all right, it's good enough now. I can put my stuff out.
Have you ever taken a skill have you ever taken a class on how to paint, or is it just like, all right, I think I'm gonna try to paint now?
In 2019, so 18 was my last season. That was when I was a free agent working out for a couple teams. I think I worked for Saints in Detroit, but I refused to sign to the Saints, bro. I'm sorry, man. Being in NFC South my entire career, you know how the rivalry is with the Saints.
Look, I told my agent, I'll never go to Atlanta. Like, dude, never. I don't care. No, never.
I couldn't do the Saints.
I don't blame them. I get it.
The Saints.
I get it.
The Saints were the first team when I was at Gunner to really throw me on the sideline too. So, and that was my rookie year. So that's when I really took it personal with the Saints. But when it came to art, in 18, I was a free agent. 2019, I was actually planning on joining the Army in 2019.
Crazy.
I passed my ASVAB I had like a week to take the ASVAB. They were going to leave. Tim sent me to boot camp 2 weeks later. And I grew up in a military family, so that was also a dream of mine. And I was in a transition.
You did junior
mode.
ROTC.
Yeah,
right.
I was in junior ROTC. So military was always a dream of mine. I wanted to also be in the Federal Bureau of Investigations by being in the military. So I had a whole other plan after college. But after football, it was kind of like being after college again and having to figure it out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So the reason I didn't join the Army is due to some of the stuff with the recruiter. And medically, I didn't feel like I would have been able to do what I needed to do for my soldiers around me, knowing that I would have tried to climb to the elite status and knowing certain things that were bothering me still. I didn't want to put others at risk, knowing myself, you know. So I decided to stop that, but it was a blessing in disguise because I took a painting class at Chastain Art Center, which is not too far from here in Buckhead. And I took a class there during football when I was with the Falcons to learn how to draw portraits, to sketch portraits. So I was like, let me go back and learn how to paint. I'm like, everybody wants paintings from me. People want paintings in their homes. It's a more popular piece to have in your home rather than a sketch. So I was like, let me learn how to paint. So I volunteered at Chastain Art Center for 9 months, did a children's mural there, but they gave me free classes to take. So I took about 7 to 8 painting classes that whole entire year and learn how to paint. And I've gotten faster. But the guy that really taught me how to paint was a beginner's painting class. And from that point on, I was just perfecting my craft.
I love that. Like, I think confidence plays a huge piece in your whole career.
Mm-hmm.
From playing football to becoming an artist, believing in yourself. How were you received in the locker room as a player versus an artist, right? Like, once we figured it out.
Yeah.
Were you kind of nervous to tell us about it because you didn't, or you just weren't confident enough at that time to say like, no, this is like what I do. This is my passion.
Nah, it was football. It was like when it's like we're on a mission. So it's like I'm so military minded in a lot of things I do. I'm like, our team's on a mission right now. We're on a mission right now. Mm-hmm. Like we're in war. We're in a 17-week war, and then we have the playoff war. You know, so I'm like, our soldiers have to focus. We have to focus on this. So whatever we do on the side, it's what we do on the side to make sure we're able to come into the field together and be a unit. You know, so when I'm locked in football season, it's football season. Off season is off season. But then when I'm training, back in the lock-in mode. So I know how to just put blinders on in a way, which it wasn't like I was hiding my art. Because I know people love my artwork. Like I said, I'm a harder critic on myself than others. So it's never like a fear thing of my art, but it was always like just people just didn't know, you know, people just didn't know.
So did you take advantage of the NFL program as far as the arts and teaching you those things? Could you maybe talk about that experience as well?
Yeah, the The NFLPA actually has a what's it called, Smocks and Jocks art show every year. They have it every year.
I didn't know that, so please share.
Yeah, so the NFLPA has a art show every season. I mean, every season at the end of the year in a Super Bowl city.
Mm-hmm.
So the first year I actually attended this art event, and it's for former players that are artists in all types of forms, whether sculpting, painting, any form of art you do. You're able to go there, sell your art, silent auction. And the first year I heard about this was when the Super Bowl was here in Atlanta. I forgot what year that was, maybe 19.
Mm-hmm.
So I submitted my artwork to that 2 paintings. I'm talking about, I didn't put in any work in these paintings, Rome. I'm talking about, I just threw some abstract stuff together, sold them, brought my daughter, and I was excited. I'm like, man, I never sold a little $200, $300. And I'm like, okay, I'm cool with that, man. I'm like, I've never sold a painting that people loved so much. I'm like, I don't even know how to paint, you know? So it was like, just from that little experience from the Smocks and Jocks, I stuck with that art show. And that art show also helped me stay motivated, stay climbing, stay getting better. The exposure from it. I sold more and more paintings each art show. So 2 paintings that first art show in Atlanta. The next year, my Super Bowl was in Miami. Sold 7.
Okay.
All abstract. So I'm like, I got to learn how to paint now. I really got to learn how to paint.
We got to figure out what this is.
So 2020, I think it was in Miami.
Me neither.
It's a really good show. Lou was actually there last year. He came to the one in Vegas.
Oh, Lou Young?
Yeah, he came to the one. I sold my Kobe paint. I had a 60 by 72 Kobe paint.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that was probably my biggest painting I did. Yeah. And it's sold. So Lou's there. He has a whole interview on it and everything, man. But it's a good show because it shows the other side of athletes, you know. And I like this. People don't see what we do off the field a lot, or they just don't know, you know. So I feel like it's important, especially in an event like a Super Bowl, to be able to show that type of exposure.
Now, can you be honest with us? Was there like a crappy piece of art? It was like, man, I can't believe somebody put this up on display and somebody gonna buy this. Like you saw a couple, so you just like, oh,
I'm not gonna call out names.
I'm not asking you to call out no names. I'm not trying to throw shade at nobody, but just, well, there are a couple pieces where you just like, man, this looked like a little third grader did.
Man, there's a couple pieces I see in galleries that I'm like, man, they just know
somebody. And how much they be going for?
Some pieces will be going for $20,000. Couple lines. Abstract.
I went to Art Basel years ago. Art Basel is a huge thing in Miami.
Yeah, Miami, yep.
It is like
huge
international.
Show, yeah.
Yes, it's people.
A lot of good artists.
Yes. It was a banana on a whiteboard, bro.
Yeah,
for like $30,000.
I can hear Peanut saying
not
that.
lying. It was just a banana. Like I ain't seen not one drip of paint anywhere on the canvas. $30,000. It was like.
Yeah.
But this is what happens.
Yeah.
Like,
and the reason why it gets like that too is because the artist has developed so much skill in other things.
Yes.
They can, like, their name is just the reason why it's value now.
Yes.
So
we got to get you to put
anything.
some trash on the wall and we can sell it for like 30 G's. Like we got to.
I'm getting there. I got to get into galleries. I got to get into some galleries.
We got to get you pubbed up.
I know, man. I really I'm excited for my journey in art just because I know I'm gonna eventually be one of the best in the land.
Peanut, we need to buy his when it gets to like a couple thousands. So then, because like that's when you're still at the lower stage before like really
before it skyrockets.
Then we can't afford him no more. Because that's what happens.
I want to get in the gallery. Then they all cost.
I want to get him when
I
want to get him when he's $200.
Oh, that $200 gone now, Peanut.
Know your value.
I can do a 200. I can do a smaller piece one for 200.
Like that's not the question.
Have you ever tried to get any one of your teammates to paint? Like, have you ever tried to are you inviting someone? I'm like, hey man, come to the crib. I'm sure how to paint.
Shaq actually 1 year. It was in the off season. Shaq Thompson. He was like, Rob, I'm trying to do something like something different in the off season. He's like, man. Like show me how to do a painting or something. We were supposed to do a painting of I picked out something for him to do. But when I think about it, I shouldn't have picked it out because yellows and oranges are hard to place on a canvas. You have to do a lot of layers because it's a very translucent color. And
hold on, for those that don't know what that means. What
translucent is like it takes a lot of layers for it not to be see-through.
Exactly. That's what I was gonna say.
So you'll see a lot of the rawness of the canvas. By using oranges, yellows, you have to layer it off a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
Otherwise you'll see different markings that I made to show my drawing of how I want to place the paint. So you have to layer it a lot with yellows and whites and oranges because it's so translucent of a paint.
like reds, blues, blacks, those primary colors like that, or stronger colors that are
you're not gonna see it.
You're not gonna see as much error from the canvas. So when I was painting it was like a margarita glass, like an orange, just orange juice in it and whatnot. And Shaq gave up on that within like 2-3 hours. Yeah, so
it took that long, huh?
Yeah, but when I think about it, because I feel like I can teach anybody, but some people you have to have a not even like an interest in it. I'm not saying Shaq didn't have an interest in it because he was just trying to do something new, but painting's tough, man. It's hard. You have to be patient with it because everybody starts off at the same level as a kid. Some kids may be a little better than other kids, but for the most part, we all doodle. We all draw a tree the same way. We all draw human stick figures.
Yes.
It was just the kids that stuck with it and gained some different aspects on how to see it that developed themselves into artists, you know?
New challenge for you and I, Dummy.
Oh, no.
I'm going to get a canvas. You going to get a canvas. We going to sit across from each other. And
I can teach you guys how to paint.
And we going to paint each other. And
paint each other?
We going to paint each other. I'm going to paint you. You going to paint me. I just need one color. Black and gray.
I hate this idea all.
Black and gray.
I hate this idea already.
But I started teaching kids how to paint too in 20 and 19.
Nice.
After I learned how to paint and just like as a volunteer. And I personally feel like I can teach anybody how to paint just because I know how to articulate it.
Yeah.
In ways. And you know, every DB that comes into the room, they're not going to press the same. They're not going to be able to shuffle their feet the same. You know, so a good coach that's able to teach is able to adjust with the player and teach them the proper way of being in the scheme of our defense, you know? So that's why I feel like football has helped me also be a good teacher.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm able to see different things about people, you know?
What is your favorite piece that you've ever done? If you had one.
The pieces I do with my daughter. So I do
I saw that on your Insta.
Yeah, I do from the time she was a baby. I've done portraits of her when I first learned how to do color pencil pieces. When I first learned how to do color pencil portraits. So every year I try to do a portrait of her.
Yeah.
For when the time she turns 18, I'm going to give her all the portraits of her as she grows. So she can see through my artwork, how her face has changed, how she's matured. I kind of want to, I feel like every artist in the Renaissance era in the past, they have always had like their loved ones that they've painted.
Yeah.
In which you could see the growth of that person growing up and maturing or just their passion and love towards that person. So from the time she was a baby and the time I first learned how to do color pencils, I've always wanted to be able to draw portraits. And when I learned how to do portraits from a class in Chastain, it was automatic for me to do my daughter almost every year. So I have about 7 pieces of her already, you know, so I want to be able to give her that as like my homage to her. For my art, you know, and she's an artist as well. She's naturally pretty skilled at drawing. So.
That's dope. So if you could draw Mount Rushmore up here right now, or paint it, I should say, who would you paint on your Mount Rushmore?
Why are you gonna put them in a box? The painting
Mount Rushmore for like what? Like just like leaders or
just in life? Who helped you get to where you are right now?
My father. You know, my father is a huge rock for me. I'm very similar to him in a lot of ways. He's I feel like my benchmark is still to reach him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's still improving. He's still reading. He's still gaining knowledge. You know, my dad's big on learning, which I'm big on, and I never want to stop learning. Like, if it's one thing I don't want to lose is my brain.
Yeah.
You know, I want to keep able to think and learn. My dad's definitely a high anchor. It's tough, man, because, you know, God's always number one in my life. You know, if there was a picture of God or a face, you know, he's all 4 of the Mount Rushmores. My mother is just the passion she has, the love she's taught me, the respect and etiquette. And it's hard to think of 4 people, man. But
you got one more.
Yeah, it's
Moms, pops, God.
It's tough. It's tough. Cause I love everybody very equally, man.
Absolutely,
like, you know,
yeah.
so
yeah, but you only get to put one more up there.
Yeah, I only get to put one more on the stone, man. Dang.
I mean, you could throw my face on there if you want to. I'll take it.
Thieves Ave. I throw out Thieves Ave on the last Mount Rushmore, man.
I mean, if you want to
We
throw
had a close locker room.
I was actually joking. I was joking, but
Thieves Ave up there.
I'll put my face
But
on there.
I really can't think of a 4th because, like, my mother, my father, and God were things I was always taught in life. you respect your mother and father, and then if you have faith and you follow the word properly, through the ups and downs, then for the most part, life can steer the way God's going to help you steer it. And it's just tough because like I had so many, we've all had so many influential people in our lives, So just 4 is tough. I need like 15, 10 people. I appreciate a lot of people that have come into my life, man, and in tons of different ways, whether it was military, or whether it was football, whether it was schooling. My head coach from high school, like my coach from college, like I had my friend pass in college, Jasper Howard, in my senior year. Mm-hmm. So a lot of people that were around me in college influenced me to keep going and keep pushing, even seeing death during the season of a teammate, So it was, it's tons of people, man. It's just, that's tough. Maybe my brother, my older brother. He's 26 years in the military, just retired 2 years ago.
Oh,
3 years
military
ago.
too?
Yeah, Army. And he was Special Forces, I believe, as well. 26 years, and now he's Georgia State Patrol down in Savannah. So he was a big influence on me as well, because when I see my older brother doing all this stuff, I'm like, oh, I want to be in the military too. Yeah. I'm like, oh, he's going to Afghanistan. I want to go to Afghanistan too. I'm like, I want to be able to. My dad's always taught me and us and our family and my siblings to learn about the world and learn about history and learn about the things that have shaped societies and cultures, So I've always wanted to leave the country, knowing our country has such a small history, knowing that the world has such large histories out there to learn, And I don't like traveling, so it's kind of tough. So I was like, I love the world and history and stuff, but I don't want to fly 18 hours to go over there,
Right.
But there's tons of stuff out there, man. But my brother's definitely, he's up there in the Mount Rushmore. He's up there.
Hey, man. Moms, pops, God, and brother. Mm-hmm. I like it, man.
Yeah, I'm very family oriented. My friends, I'm very close to all my friends. I'm very close to you guys. I'm very close to my teammates, man. So it's like, it's tons of people. Y'all all influence.
You was a good teammate, bro. Like,
appreciate
you was good people,
man.
bro.
Well,
good people.
Well, Robert, man, I appreciate you for blessing our time with your time. And dude, I'm just thankful that you're here, bro.
Thank you, man.
And that we get to celebrate you.
Thank you.
By having us on and letting the rest of the world and everybody, our listeners, know who Robert McClain truly is on and off the field, and that you continue to pour into us. And we're thankful for it, man. So thank you for that.
Appreciate it.
And also sharing your mind, that you're a very inquisitive person that continues to learn, and you will be different in a week than you are today.
Yeah, facts. So, I gotta be, man.
So that's beautiful, man. So thank you for that, man. Really, really appreciate it, man. I'm gonna get us out of here. You ready, Peanut? And all right, man, all of our listeners and viewers out there, make sure you give us a 5-star rating, give us a review, like, comment, subscribe, wherever you pick up your podcast at, whether it's iHeartRadio app or Apple Podcasts. Appreciate you. Tell a friend to do what, Peanut?
Tell a friend and watch our NFL YouTube channel.
That's the new one for me. We're going to get it all down at some point, though. We are professionals. Peanut, tell them, get us out of here, dog.
I'm going to get you up out of here. That's Robert, Peanut, Roman, NFL Players Second Acts Podcast. We appreciate y'all. It's a wrap.